In the shadows of the Cold War, a secret changed everything. PAUSA, the CIA's MKUltra, a program designed to break minds and control souls. What did they hide from the world? And why, even decades later, does it still haunt us? Step into the darkness, if you dare. It all began in 1953, a time when fear gripped the world. The Cold War was at its peak, and the United States was locked in a silent battle with the Soviet Union, not just for weapons, but for minds. The CIA became obsessed with the idea of brainwashing. They believed the Soviets had mastered it, turning soldiers into obedient puppets. Determined to keep up, the CIA launched a covert operation that would become one of the darkest chapters in American history, MKUltra. This wasn't just a project, it was a nightmare. A secret experiment to manipulate human thought, to bend free will, to shatter the very essence of what makes us human. They used drugs like LSD, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and even torture, all on unsuspecting Americans. Doctors, students, prisoners, even ordinary citizens. No one was safe from the shadows of MKUltra. Let's go deeper. The CIA set up secret facilities across the country, from hidden labs in New York to remote clinics in California. They partnered with universities, hospitals, and even private researchers, all under the guise of scientific advancement. But the truth was far more sinister. They wanted to see how far they could push the human mind before it broke. One of their primary tools was LSD, a powerful hallucinogenic drug. They dosed people without their knowledge, slipping it into drinks at parties or injecting it during fake medical exams. Some victims were locked in isolation tanks for days, floating in darkness, their minds unraveling under the influence of the drug. Others were subjected to electric shocks while strapped to tables, their screams echoing in sterile rooms. The CIA didn't care about consent. They didn't care about the lives they destroyed. They wanted results. Results that could turn a man into a weapon, a soldier who would obey without question, or an assassin who wouldn't remember his own name. The tests were nothing short of brutal. In one experiment, a group of college students in Kentucky were given LSD daily for weeks without knowing what they were taking. They were told it was a vitamin study. By the end, many couldn't function. Some suffered permanent psychosis, their minds fractured beyond repair. In another case, a hospital in Montreal became a testing ground for what the CIA called psychic driving. Patients, some of whom were just seeking help for anxiety, were put into drug-induced comas, forced to listen to looped recordings of phrases like, "You are nothing," for days on end. The goal was to erase their identities and rebuild them from scratch. But most didn't recover. They vanished into mental institutions, their lives erased as if they never existed. The CIA's goal was clear: create mind-controlled soldiers, perfect spies, or even assassins who could kill without hesitation and without memory. But something went wrong. The secrets of MKUltra, they started to leak. By 1973, whispers of MKUltra reached the public. A few brave whistleblowers risked everything to speak out, and a Senate investigation, the Church Committee, finally exposed the program. But here's the chilling part. Most of the files were destroyed. In 1973, just before the truth came out, the CIA's director ordered all MKUltra documents burned. We only know what survived: a few scraps, a handful of testimonies. What they hid was far worse than what we know. Some say the program never truly ended. Think about it. What if MKUltra evolved, adapting to the modern age? Could it be behind today's technology, social media algorithms, AI, the constant surveillance we live under? Are we all part of a new experiment, one we don't even see? Other theories go even darker. Some believe MKUltra created real-world killers. The Manson family, a cult responsible for brutal murders in the late 1960s. Some say Charles Manson himself was a product of MKUltra, his mind twisted by CIA experiments. Others point to assassins like Sirhan, who killed Robert Kennedy in 1968, claiming he had no memory of the act. Was he programmed? Is the government still hiding the truth? Even now? Let's step back for a moment. MKUltra wasn't just one experiment. It was a web of sub-projects, over 150 of them, spanning decades. Some focused on drugs, others on hypnosis, and a few even explored the paranormal, psychic abilities, remote viewing, things that sound like science fiction. One sub-project, called Operation Midnight Climax, hired sex workers to lure men into safe houses, where they were secretly dosed with LSD while CIA agents watched through two-way mirrors. The depravity of it all. It's staggering. And the victims? They were left to pick up the pieces. Families were torn apart. Lives were ruined. Some survivors later sued the government, but the CIA claimed national security and buried the cases, seems, was too dangerous to face. Pause. MKUltra remains a dark mystery, a shadow cast over America's history. Was it really just an experiment gone wrong? Or is it a conspiracy that's still alive, hiding in plain sight? Think about the world we live in today. The way we're bombarded with information, the way our thoughts are shaped by invisible forces. Is it a coincidence? Or something more sinister? I want to hear from you. What do you believe? Are we still under the influence of MKUltra's legacy? Share your theories in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you're ready to uncover more unveiled secrets, hit that subscribe button. The darkness has more to tell. If you're willing to listen,